Welcome back, familia, to Northside LDN. And today we've got breaking news. Man United look like they've got two signings. They're just waiting for it to be official. Martinez has chosen Man United over Arsenal, and Ten Hag has also managed to get De Jong over the line. He looks like he's going to Man United. And Arsenal also in talks with Zinchenko. We've got that and more. Before we get into that, Kadamba, make sure you hit the like, subscribe. We also got two of my Donnies from NeverAFoul channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Kaz and my boy Daps. How you doing, boys?
Very well, very well.
Word to Gabby Jesus.
Listen, we got Zinchenko as well. But listen, before we get on to Zinchenko, let's first get on to the United boys. I want your take on Zinchenko because I'd actually be happy to take him. But before we get into the Zinchenko, Kaz, I'm going to go up to you. You're the Man United supporter. If you don't know people, he's a Man United supporter, and Dax is obviously a Man City supporter, if you don't know. Let's go to the Man United news first. Obviously, let's go first to De Jong, because this has been taking quite a while with Barcelona and asking him to leave. What do you make of the news? Are you happy? Are you not?
No, it's the same. See, bro, you can ask Daps, man. I think I said to him the exact same deal about 2 weeks ago, but this time it's been structured differently. Apparently now upfront fee is 75 million euros, 75 million euros, which is actually 63 million pounds plus 10 million add-ons. So they're going to get more of a guaranteed fixed fee. Obviously, I'm excited, bro. I know this guy's going to come. We wouldn't be still in for it if he wasn't coming. But the whole point is, it's taken bare long, and it's actually annoying. But at the same time, I told Bear Man, even any United fan at that, or any fan that even asked me, I'm just being patient with it, innit? The whole Martinez thing, of course he's going to come and choose us over you, man. Like he said, he rejected you, man, straight away. Rightfully so. Who's going to reject when they've just had success with their manager? Like, they come calling for you. They ask for you to come play in your preferred position, not left back. My man's played like 6 games at left back for Ajax ever. Do you know what I mean? It makes no sense. So I don't know where Arteta was going with that one. So on that note, I'm over the moon. Apparently Martinez is going to join up on pre-season as well. And on that, it's just like, yeah, no, it's exciting times. But at the same time, you've got to be patient, because you never know what's going to happen with this United board, bro. You just don't know, fam. It could. I'm not joking. I wouldn't be surprised if Martinez takes another 4 weeks to come, just like De Jong's taking another 2 months to come. He probably won't even end up getting him. It'll be deadline day, and it'll still be the same thing. Yeah, fixed fee, but the player don't want to join.
I noticed the way you changed when I came back. So you were getting excited.
No.
And the minute I came back, you started saying, "No, you have to be patient."
No, because you have to put two sides to a story. Because you can't just be shameless. I can be shameless, obviously. Obviously, you're getting rejected twice now. Hijacked Arsenal, innit? But it's like, obviously, I'm going to be proud about that.
Try and be shameless with me.
It's kind of hard, bro.
Because what I say, bro? Edu and Arteta coming out like they got pulled. They ain't got no pull, bro. They can't even pull a gal. How are these men only able to get...
They haven't even got Paul Dick off.
You know what I mean?
What name, though? What name?
You know what I'm saying?
No. Can we stop right there? Yeah,
Paul Dick off. Pause. I've never thought that. Pause.
How does a parent come up with that name? Like, okay, your last name is Dickov. You get married to a man, yeah. Like, he was actually a baller, to be fair. My last name is Dickov, and I'm not joking. The dad, that was definitely his dad naming him that. He definitely did. It was the dad's fault. Facts,
bro. It was all about.
Could call him Gregory. Could call him George. Anything.
I'm not gonna say she's. No, don't
worry. Bro, it's mad, bro. You're getting linked to De Jong. We're getting linked to some Wendell that sounds like Wenzel's, and he plays in the Russian Super Premier League, bro. What the hell is that?
I see that. But what about thingy though?
What is this? Now you know why I get vexed, bro. The only baller we bought is Gabriel Jesus, and we already know that Pep is doing this guy a favor. Yeah. Vlahovic never wanted to come. We lost Rafinha. He doesn't want to come. Basuma doesn't want to come. Anyone that you guys can go and say, you know what, that's a baller, I'd actually take him at my club, don't want to come, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'll be 100. Yeah. Northside, you already know. You already know how I'm gonna be, because I am. Listen, do you know I used to fucking hate Arsenal?
Yeah, everyone did.
Nah, but like, so my granddad's Arsenal, to be fair, because my
granddad's Tottenham.
My real dad's Boreham Wood, innit? My real dad, well, rest in peace. But my real dad, before he moved to Thailand, was Boreham Wood. So he's Watford, and my granddad was from Barnet, so he was a Gooner. And my dad used to go and watch Arsenal play quite a lot. Then obviously my mum remarried Manchester, and that's how it was. But because of where I live now, a lot of my friends are Arsenal, yeah, and I couldn't fucking stand you lot because of the way them lot used to be, right? I'm not gonna lie, Arteta made me start liking you a bit more because of the City link. And I do get when he joined you, his whole philosophy was Pep. Like it was literally carbon copy Pep. Like Jesus has made me like you that little bit more because I'm a big Jesus fan. As long as you lot fucking respect him, and
got to look after Zinchenko now, innit?
Well, and you lot have to like Arteta. I think he's going to do right. It was very important. His first game, he started through the middle, right, and he needs to because remember when you bought Lacazette and you dropped him like instantly, he arrived and was benched bare, yeah, and then all of a sudden he gets the shout and he didn't really bang. But it's like you don't buy a gun, man, and then go for the first 6 months. You're not taking no target practice with your straps. I'm taking the straps off you. You hold bench, yeah. Then all of a sudden go, we need you to go and carry out a hit for us. And then wonder why the gunman can't carry out the hit for you. That's what you did with Lacazette. And I said, listen, you do that with Gabby Jesus, yeah? His confidence is gone. Because all I keep getting asked is, can he be a number 9? Can he score goals? Well, all I can answer on that is the one time when he arrived at City, Aguero got dropped, he got played through the middle, he scored 9 and 11. After that, he got injured, and then after that, he's never probably played more than 5 games on the bounce through the middle. His confidence is gone. So same, he scored 2 the other day. I think he scored 3, got 1 disallowed. He needs to play again. And as long as you man need to keep playing him, the minute Arteta benches him, yeah, you might as well shift him out wide because the minute you bench him, he's going to lose confidence. You have to keep him going through the middle. If you do push him out wide, I still think Arsenal will score more goals from him being in your team because of his runs. But then you're relying on Nketiah to make use of. But look, I'll be honest. I haven't seen much of him. I can't act like I watch every Arsenal game. The back end of last season, he looked quite clinical. But Iheanacho looked clinical for us when he was coming off the bench. We gave him a run when Aguero was when Pep first arrived. Aguero got injured for 8 to 10 games. Iheanacho played all 10 and didn't score 1 goal. So it's very easy being a bit part player and looking clinical. I don't believe Nketiah is it. Zinchenko though, bro. That's a good sign.
I want him, bro.
Do you? Does your fan base though? Does your fan base respect Zinchenko?
It's a fat buy, bro.
I think anyone rates him, bro. He's a baller. Obviously,
it's a great buy, bro.
I agree with you, but I don't know about other fan bases.
I know I seem very critical. When we do good business, I say it as it is. Do you know what I'm saying? When we got Gabriel Jesus, I said it was a good signing. I was happy with that, but we need more because if he has suspensions or if he has a terrible injury, God forbid, we're relying on Nketiah that we all know is not good enough to get Arsenal in a title race. That is my standards, yeah? So I was happy with that signing. Now, the other signings, I'm not so happy. This Zinchenko and Milinkovic-Savic, those are 2 signings I would actually be content with.
Wait, Savic linked with you, man?
Huh?
Is he linked with you, man, again?
Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic has been linked. Obviously, that's what they were
60 million, though. 60 million pounds, that's a steal, bro. Why would you want to get Tielemans when you can get Milinkovic-Savic? I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. And the guy is in his prime, yeah. He's what, 26, 27?
Bro, obviously, and he offers more than Tielemans, bro.
Bro, I'll be 100 on this Tielemans thing. It's the same as I said on
Rafinha.
Same as I said on Rafinha. Yeah, I don't know what just happened there with that weird ass drop off.
No, you're calm though.
I could hear you the whole time, but I don't know. But with Rafinha, and I also think with Tielemans, you see when your club is being linked with players, for so long, and they don't happen. Like Rafinha's a bit different. There's worse stuff with him, but it's like I'm kind of looking at Tielemans thinking, I don't really want you in my team, you know, like because you've been at Leicester constantly pushing and pushing and pushing. If he goes to Arsenal and he has a good season, what is he going to start pushing for City? Is he start pushing for Liverpool? I don't like them type of eggs. And with Rafinha, it's the same one. I think Rafinha.
Oh yeah, that's a shout, bro. That's such a shout.
Rafinha has jumped, right? We all know Rafinha was twerking for Liverpool for 2 years. And then the minute they bought Diaz, he was like, I'm not going to get that move. So then 1 minute he's talking Chelsea. Next minute, I think at one point, I actually heard early in the transfer window, you were quite close to getting Rafinha. Yeah, I heard contracts were fully drawn up. Yeah. Next minute, a couple of other clubs come in. Then he's looking at them. Next minute, again, a player. Where do you want to go, bro? What are you going for? Are you going for game time? because ultimately you've gone Barca. I don't know if you're getting that much game time at Barca when Dembele's just signed a new contract. Yeah. So Rafinha, what are you going? What do you want? What do you want? So I think where you lot did good business nearly was the start of the window, because when you lot didn't get top 4, I was like, this is long for them, man, because you needed
everyone was in the same boat.
You needed to get the jump on Tottenham Conte, United Ten Hag with money. You needed to get the jump, because if you don't have that Champions League football, I'm with Northside on this one, Arteta don't have the pull that Conte or Ten Hag has, yeah? So you miss out on Champions League football, could be peak. What your board did, yeah, was they acted very quickly. They targeted players that they felt wanted game time over anything. Yeah. So it's all right. We can't offer you Conte. We can't offer you Ten Hag. What we can offer you is game time. Jesus, Rafinha, Martinez initially. Martinez a bit different, but the problem is you only got one of them over the line. And the other two, by the time that it was there, you took too long. And now other clubs have come in.
I quite like how they moved though with this ZINCHENKO thing. Look, Martinez rejected them, but then they're going for ZINCHENKO and it's already like David Ornstein's already reporting it. I think that's sensational. Yes, it is. You know what it is, yeah? Obviously, we can say Tierney was a good reason why you lot didn't make top 4. A fat reason why you didn't make top 4 because Tavares. No, because I rate Tierney, bro. When it comes to ability as left backs in the league, but his availability. But I'm sorry, the availability thing is a big thing.
It's relevant. Availability is massive. Availability is massive. But
I'm not going to say he's going to be a messiah, but he would probably win a couple of them points that they would need.
PSG with Neymar, he's got all the ability, but his availability is, I think
shocking, isn't it?
Contract.
He's
I think there's
20 games a season, bro.
He has
and
something. I swear he has
games.
Yeah, but I'm not having Neymar. I'm sorry. I've seen him play
yeah.
PSG too many times and see him not turn up. Man will show me clips of him against a mid-table French team and taught Neymar up, yeah? Now, someone once said on a stream, could he be, let me word this right, could he, when he retires, could he be one of the biggest, not hits pit, I can't think of the term, but
disappointment.
I don't want to go as far as disappointment, that ultimately he's underachieved, right? And everyone was like, what the fuck? You're not rating Neymar. And I was like, you need to take what they said, because Neymar, when he was 18 years old, yeah,
he was in bits.
Bro, man were thinking he was going to be better than Messi and Ronaldo together, right?
And when I still remember the school days of that. I remember them days.
Yeah, he's won loads of French leagues, right? But that don't mean much to many people, right? Yes, at Barcelona he was good, but again, at Barcelona he was playing alongside Pique, Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, Luis Suarez. I'm not saying he hasn't had a good career.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not saying he's had a bad career, but for how good he could, and you know what? There's a lot.
His ego took over, man. His ego took over. Messi was nurturing him as well. I don't know. It was meant to be like probably a good thing that he moved from Barcelona while all that happened. But
I always talk on Jesus. This is the thing with Jesus. Yeah, there is a young Brazilian that came to England when he was 18 or not 18, I think, and he's been at City for like 5 years. Is that when he came to see? I think 18.
Bro, how old is Jesus?
Oh, 24 now. So yeah, he was 18, maybe just about 19. He's 24.
He's 24. Wait, he's 24 now.
Yeah.
He's young.
Oh my word, bro!
And this is the thing. His mentality. Apparently, I got told that City's board were asking, like, was their scouts, because we've got scouting agents in South America. Yeah, they were asking for school reports, like lower, middle, upper, because they wanted to see his mentality. And for a young Brazilian that's been here since 18, never really been first place, and has never fucking moaned, yeah, that's quite good. Like, I'm telling you, Richarlison next season, when he holds bench a bit, he's moaning, yeah, 100%. So I think Jesus is a great signing. ZINCHENKO, though, you're convinced they're buying him as a left back. But when they went in for him before, in like late May, June, I swear to God, I heard that Arteta had said you can have your preferred role that you play for your national team in as a midfielder.
Can he do DM? Can he do a DM role? Do you reckon? I don't think so.
I don't want him. Maybe. I don't want him as a midfielder. Daps. I want him as a left back, bro. Especially because we do need to strengthen that area. Tavares ain't good enough.
But is he coming as a backup then? So is he coming as a backup?
Nah,
I
bro,
think
he
he's a
can't
starter,
be.
bro. Tierney's got to like step up, bro. Like he needs to be more
I
available.
agree
And I
with
think
you,
he needs that competition because on that left hand side, he's actually haven't had no solid competition, bro.
But I agree.
Enough.
But I agree with you. Yeah, I 100% I agree with you. Right, if we're looking at this as us, yeah, and nowadays, one of the things I was saying about you lot is, yeah, best 11 on your best day, you can just about compete with City's average 11 on a not so good day, right?
Mm.
But if you want to go through a whole league, it's not about your best 11. You need a squad, a thick squad, yeah. So I get it.
Bro.
It's all about competition. I get that. However, let's step away from what we know and think we're Zinchenko and we're having the interview with Arteta. Is Arteta selling to a player that currently plays for Manchester City, is winning leagues, competing in the Champions League? Is he attracting Zinchenko? And by the looks of it, he is. That's where I'm going with this. This isn't because otherwise Zinchenko will walk away. Is he attracting Zinchenko by saying you're coming to be competition on the left-hand side? Or is he attracting him by saying you can play in your preferred role as centre-back?
What he should be saying to him is you play on merit. We've got you in because you're better than what we've got and you play on merit. If you play well, we're going to start you. If you play well, you hold your position. If you drop off,
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
If he is coming back as a left back, you're competing with Tierney. I've got no favourites here at Arsenal. I think
now you know what you just said spot on, because that is actually every season where he's been linked away from City, he's said, no, I want to stay and fight for my place. And by the end of that season, he's our first choice left back. So he's definitely one that will fight. So that actually, if he said, as long as you perform, you're our first choice, that could work with him to be.
Yeah, because you said something about Arsenal missing out Champions League football and not being able to get certain players. Here's where I disagree with that, yeah? We bought Alexis Sanchez, we didn't have Champions League football. We bought Aubameyang, we didn't have Champions League football.
Real?
We didn't have Champions League football.
No, I know Aubameyang, but with Sanchez,
I don't think we had... The only one we had Champions League football
2017.
Was Ozil.
No.
Ozil, we had Champions League football.
You got Sanchez when we got Di Maria that season. Was that 2014?
Yeah, I don't think we didn't have Champions League football, bro. So
yeah, 2014. No, I think you might have. I think you might have, bro. Let me check that.
No, but Sanchez was coming for first team football, and Arsenal was still a.
We had Ozil. With Ozil, we had Champions League football. But after that, we didn't have Champions League football. And the thing is, yeah, what annoys me is when you look at our business and you look at Man United, I've not been Man United so far because I'm jealous, bro. When you look at them getting De Jong, I knew they're going to get.
No, you had Champions League. You had Champions League, by the way. You got fourth. Everton done a really good season, got 69 points. Then he signed in the summer.
With Sanchez we did, but Aubameyang and Lacazette we didn't.
No, definitely not with Aubameyang. Aubameyang and Lacazette came because you were still.
Arsenal was still attractive. I think Arsenal were still more attractive back then.
We are still attractive enough to get better players than what we're getting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Barring Gabriel Jesus, we're still more attractive to get players. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you look at the business, when you look at Man United, yeah, this is how you know your rivals are doing good business. Because I would obviously take
they're not.
I would take Darwin Núñez. I would take De Jong. Do you know what I mean? I'd take De Jong. I'll take Martinez. You know what I mean? I would take them. I'm talking from an Arsenal's perspective. When you look at Arsenal, of our business, who would our rivals take? Because I'll take Kulusevski. I would take Basuma. Do you get what I'm saying? When you start comparing it to our rivals, they're beating us to targets.
Listen, that's what I said to you. This is
they
the thing,
beat us to Martinez, bro. And we got beat to Basuma.
That's exactly what I'm saying to you. Basuma one's a mad one. But that is, you're spot on. And that's what I was saying, how I think your board moved clever. Because when you lot were in for Jesus, I was seeing Jesus being linked to Tottenham. And I was like, I'm telling you now, yeah, Jesus ain't going Tottenham, right? Because Jesus is only leaving Manchester City for guaranteed first team striker football. Otherwise, he will stay at City. He's happy there, yeah.
Can you imagine he's at Tottenham though? Right wing.
But bro, he wouldn't go there because let's be honest,
if he did though. Imagine if he did.
Well, imagine that we got fucking
I know, but
he wouldn't.
Imagine, what do you mean imagine? You get everyone you want. So there's no imagining.
We wanted Kane last summer, we didn't get him. So, with Jesus, I think that's why he came to Arsenal, because it was like, I need first team football because let's be honest, if you are Brazilian, doesn't matter what club you play for, even if it's probably Real Madrid, it's still country over club. Yeah. So with Jesus, it's like, I need to be on that fucking flight. Yeah, I need to cement it. And you've got it's very obvious by the fact that Jesus, Rafinha, and Richarlison
all made a move.
have all made a move this summer.
That's why Anthony's trying to make a move as well, and it's not happening.
Yeah.
He's trying to push for that United move, but he's getting outpriced.
And to be frank with you, I mean, actually, Rafinha's gone Barca, but I don't see how that's going to work just yet. Yeah, but for me,
I do.
Well, we've got Dembele there, bro.
Yeah, but they play two. They both can play on either wing. Do you know how dangerous that is? That a player that can play left wing and right wing. Remember, Dembele's both footed.
Who have they got on the left?
They're gonna have Dembele. I'm guaranteed you're gonna see Dembele play there. Left wing.
You think Dembele and Rafinha both start?
Yeah. Dembele will probably be on the left and Thing on the right because Dembele can do left or right. That's what I'm saying. He's right foot. It's just as good as his left.
But here's the thing for me. What Jesus did was, whereas with Rafinha and
Be the other way around.
Richarlison, they have made massive jumps. They've gone from Everton and Leeds to Barcelona and Tottenham. Yeah. I think both of them would probably just about be, well, definitely Richarlison, both of them would be happy to get a bigger wage and be on a rotation. Yeah. Risky in World Cup season, but they'd be happy with that. With Jesus has gone to Arsenal. It's not as big a jump because however much I could try and say Arsenal they're a bigger club than fucking Everton. They're a bigger club than City, firstly. Not more successful now, but they are still a bigger at the moment. But they're closer to City than Everton are to Tottenham and Barcelona are to Leeds, right? And he's getting first team football. So for me, Jesus has made a very good move. And I think also it is a move where if he stayed at City playing where he was, he's never going to get the deep dream move, which I'll be honest, I think most young Brazilians or most Brazilians' dream move is to one day play for Barcelona or Real Madrid. If he stayed at City for the rest of his career, he's not getting that move because they're going to play him out wide. If he goes to Arsenal, all right, you might not compete for the league for a season. Well, you're not going to compete for the league for a season or two. Sorry, shade is what it is. But you go to Arsenal and you have 2 or 3, well, let's say 2 seasons scoring very good numbers, not 15 goals, 15 league goals. I'm meaning 20 plus league goals a season. Who's to say that with Benzema's kind of coming to an end, that in 2 seasons' time, Real Madrid might go, you know what? Yeah. And that is what.
And this is a problem right now, what you just said. Yeah.
I hear it, bro, but I'm just being real.
Is a stepping stone. My club is a stepping stone, and it's a stepping stone because we're going for Fabio Vieira, making him sound like he's the next flippy Alonso. You know what I'm saying? We're going in for certain players, yeah.
I'm not being funny, but you've been a stepping stone since about 2009, bro.
Bro, yeah, and this is why I get my back up. And anyone that challenged my views, this is ultimately you agree with me because at the end of the day, no one rates this club because we don't move serious. Man United are signing De Jong and Martinez.
Stop talking on them, man. Don't give them the shine. Listen.
No. Because I'm happy with their business, bro. What do you mean? They're in contention for top 4 along with us. I have to see what my rivals are doing. Yeah. Some Arsenal fans tell me, why are you covering other teams? I'm covering our rivals, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when you look at when you look at just Arsenal, it looks great. When you just look at, you can make it sound like, oh, we're doing great business the start of the season. No, it's not. Man United, boom, with 2 signings that kind of are doing better business than what we are. Who's
the second signing? We ain't confirmed no one yet.
Hold on.
Bro, as I'm hearing it, it's confirmed. You got Martinez, who I'll take, yeah, and then you've got De Jong, who I'll take as well. Both of them walk into the.
You forget one more. You forget one more as well.
Huh?
Malacia.
Yeah, forget one more. No. No, he's already said it. Did you say Ericsson?
Is he signed yet?
And Ericsson.
He's going to sign, yeah.
Hold on, no, Cass, stop answering me with he's going to sign. I asked you, has he signed, bro?
No, not officially, but I'm saying he's going to sign, bro.
So he's
going to sign. It's facts.
He's still considering it's United or Brentford.
No, it's not. It's not. It's done. It's just doing all the contracts and stuff because it's the whole thing to do with his heart ticker stuff. That's why the medical is a bit more techie than it is.
I mean, it's a bit more techie. Cool. Mads, how you managed to get Ronaldo, the biggest star in world football. You managed to get that deal done in a day. But
yeah, it just depends how quick you want to move it, man. I can't talk on it. Anyway, but the whole heart thing is a thing. It's cardio, isn't it?
What I was going to say is there's 2 things. Firstly, remember 2 weeks ago on Saturday we did the predictions.
Yes,
we did predictions, and it was based on the here and now, not who we.
When did we do that? Was it last week or the week before?
No, it's 2 weeks ago, which means we're doing it tomorrow again because we said we'd do it every 2 weeks.
Is it on a Saturday though?
Yeah, it was 100% on the Saturday. 100%.
I know Northside needs to jump on.
Yeah, you can. What we do is Northside, yeah. We're basically doing our league predictions from bottom to top based on right now. Yeah. So we did it 2 weeks ago and it was right now. So there was no like, there was links that Phillips is about to sign with City. It's like he ain't signed. So therefore we're doing it based on the team right now. And I said, I guarantee you, I think we had Arsenal. Did we have Arsenal in top 4?
No, we didn't. No. It was Spurs, and then no. Arsenal were 4th. I think Chelsea were out of it, but now it's changed because Sterling and Koulibaly, bro.
We said the reason we did it is we said we're going to do it every 2 weeks, yeah, because it's basically like to see how the teams move through the transfer window, and we knew Chelsea were going to come through, and Chelsea are now coming through. Like Chelsea's fan base, Chelsea's fan base has turned into last year Chelsea fan base. They're now thinking they're ready to win the league. It's kind of funny because, but I get Northside. I being honest with you, because I know me and you sometimes, yeah, like you think I'm against you. Ultimately, your overall objective, I fully 100% agree. And you know what? I actually rate it because I've been telling so many Man United fans for so fucking long. Look, when we started getting good and United got shit, don't think I haven't the whole time been like, look, I'm never going to go that deep on Man United because they will bounce back. They will. Like, they're too big to not bounce back, right? But the longer it goes on, they haven't. But they're like, when they get excited about Martial, I'm like, don't settle for mediocrity. You're twerking for a man that if you compare Martial to other players over the years you've had in that position, it's simply not good enough. And there's so many players that I've said that about with Man United, and they'll be like, no, and they'll defend it. And I don't rate that. So for you the deeper message with you is Arsenal,
smash a like on the video if you haven't.
The deeper message with you is I want my club to be back where they were at their best. Yeah.
Challenging.
Winning. Fuck challenging. Listen, bro. Most of your fan base will tell me when I say we've done a domestic treble or we've retained, they'll tell me about your invincible. Yeah. So let's be real. Yes, you fucking went invincible. You've won 3 Premier Leagues. Yeah. That's where you want your club to be. And I respect it because when United get gassed over players that I think simply are not good enough for a club that were as good as they were, I tell them you're settling for mediocrity, right? So I get that side, and ultimately I respect that. But I will always say, like, my ultimate argument is I will always respect Arteta. And do you know what? 1 or 2 people have mentioned that your board maybe started moving different before Arteta got there. And that
I think it was the whole Emery thing at the end of the season when he lost in Europa. I think that was it, bro.
I believe it's wasn't it when your owner's son took over, and since then maybe the way he's moved has been slightly different, yeah. And I always put this on Arteta. Maybe it is him. All I am saying is there was this period where Arsenal were buying players that were coming to your club for the wrong reason. They were coming to your club because you were still Arsenal, you were still fashionable, you were still in London. They didn't give a shit, right? And the only thing I would say, this is where, and your board were happy to buy these commercial players and pay them way too much and give them contract extension after contract extension. With Arteta, he has come in and kind of, I think, knocked that on the head, that he is trying to get players that are coming for the right reasons. He is getting your wage bill down. He is doing those type of things. Don't get me wrong. A club the size of Arsenal, should you be where you are? Fuck no. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be happy with that. I just feel like, and again, if Arteta doesn't achieve this season, yeah, he needs to go. He needs to go 100%. Don't trust that process no fucking longer. No,
I don't see much difference, though. I don't see much difference though, because we went away from getting Ozils, yeah, and getting them on 300k a week, etc. Okay, yeah. The standards are still in the mud because they fired Emery after 1 season. He finished 1.
You should have kept Emery. Emery, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't keep the same standards with this manager because he finished 8th and 5th, 8th and 8th, and now 5th, and he gets to keep his job. So That's not, you're not judging the managers fairly. Plus, this manager spent more money than Emery.
Oh,
You
wait,
know what I mean?
wait. And Emery had more. He had he went all the way in the Europa League, so more games.
Oh, bro,
Exactly.
Emery,
so that is happening. We also,
in
contracts are
hindsight,
also running
Emery,
down, which is something they
yeah.
promised us wouldn't be happening.
The Saka one's mad, isn't it? The Saka one's mad.
Bro, Saka and Martinelli are probably our two biggest youngsters, are on 2 years left on their contracts. They promised us that we're not going to let contracts run down. Why have we not tied them down? Why is Lacazette leaving for nothing? Why are we pushing out Aubameyang and people telling me we don't have money for a striker? Then you don't get rid of him if you don't have a replacement. Because Gabriel Jesus shouldn't be his replacement. Because you need more than one world-class striker or good top striker.
I was gonna touch on that. I don't know how you ain't getting a right winger, man.
Changed the Arsenal, bro. When this manager first came in, he started getting Willian and old man like that. He saw it didn't work. Willian terminated his contract, went back to Brazil. To get the fans back on side, he started getting a youth project in. The standards are still in the mud. No, at the end of the day, you can't sack Unai Emery and say that's not good enough because you finished fifth, and sack Wenger because top four wasn't good enough anymore. But then you're trusting the process with this guy. That
listen.
And then you spend 70 odd million on Pepe and don't use him and play Nketiah ahead of him.
Bro, and then again, Pepe.
What's changed to Arsenal? You just said we're stepping stone. We've been stepping stone, like Kaz said, for the last 6 years. Nothing's actually changed.
Oh, no, not 6 years, bro. You've been stepping stone since 09.
Okay, more to my point. What has changed?
It's facts. Nasri says it. Fabregas says it. I can go Kolo Toure, Adebayor.
I told you what I said changed. It's the mentality of the players that are coming in. I think the other players that are coming in, honestly, I think they're coming in for a payday and a night out in London. Yeah. Whereas I don't think that's the case now. Right. I do think, right. I wish I was doing YouTube. When you got rid of Wenger? Because I was saying it all the way back then. Yeah. When you lot were screaming, not you, but when certain people were screaming, Wenger out, Wenger out, Wenger out, Wenger out. My question was, cool, but you do realise Wenger's hiding your board. I know he's maybe a bit in their pocket and a bit more involved, but he is hiding your board. He was very respectful as a man, and he took a lot on the chin when ultimately he was a fucking good manager. If I could have anyone as England manager, Pep won't go there. I think Wenger would do a job as England manager, to be frank with you. But he hid it. And my whole thing is, based on what I'm seeing from your board, if you get rid of Wenger, who are you going to get? And the quality of the managers you're going with.
Come on.
To be fair, it's football. Bro, come on. Hold on. No, stop. North side. You can say, come on, because you want to disagree with me. But let's look at who you got. You got rid of Arsene Wenger, who was covering your boards. And since then, you tell me the managers you've got and you tell me the way your board has moved. Who is to blame? The managers or the board? Actually, no.
It was a collective.
No, it's not. It's all the board because the board hired the managers.
Okay, can I answer? What is this one going to say about that? This one going to say about that. Wenger was covering up at the same time. At a certain point, he was the highest paid manager to be.
I did say about being in the pockets. I did say that. It was kind of in the pockets.
Yeah. I don't say it's completely Wenger's fault, but Wenger never outed the board. Yeah, he didn't out the board, so he was compliant with their lack of standards. Do you get what I'm saying? And at the same time, earning money off the back of it, and he was comfortable. What other job for world-class, a big team, an elite team, do you get where Mourinho would have to come out and expose it? That you can fail your objectives year in, year out, and you keep your job. So he was gaining something.
No. Whoa. Stop there. That's where you're wrong. He wasn't failing his objectives. If he's failing his objectives
for him,
he wasn't failing your boards, though. And that's the problem. Bro, and that's why it's a collective. Bro, that's my point, right? And I've said this to you before, right? So Wenger goes. And at that point, I believe I heard a lot, you man wanted Simeone. And I was like, cool, Simeone's doing fucking bits in Spain. So when he rocks up to the interview with your board, and remember that Wenger had been hitting his objectives, and at that point it wasn't even top four, right? And Simeone, but he's hitting objectives because he's gotten contract renewals. In no walk of life do you get contract renewals for failing your objectives. So Wenger was hitting objectives, which wasn't top four. So when Simeone rocks up to the interview and your board asks him some shit questions, because I know your board would have had dead ass interview questions, yeah. And then he goes, okay, I've got some questions for you. And straight away, your board was probably like, because your board's thinking, no, we're Arsenal. We can just get what? No. You want an elite manager. You've invited Diego Simeone to the interview process. If you believe in yourself in any form of life, when you get interviewed, you got questions back like, what are your objectives? What are you giving me to hit them? And when your board's like, well, fifth, we need fifth, and we're going to give you this, but we need you to sell some players to, fund that. Do you think Simeone is going to go, yeah, I'm on this job. This is my type of job. Or do you think
Simeone ain't going to Arsenal, bro? I can't ever see that.
No,
ever
but
happening.
this is, bro, but that's exactly what I'm saying. So he goes. And that's why, and hold on. So that's why, now I think, to be fair, in Emery, good one. But again, Arteta, why did Arteta get the job? He shouldn't have got the job. He'd had a year because your board is to blame. They're going for shit fucking standards.
I agree. I feel like when I see Everton being able to get an Ancelotti, Spurs being able to get a Conte, the reason they could is because they sold them a project, even though I hate using that word, that they can believe in, and the actual help to do with that squad what they need to do to achieve their style of football and get the results X, Y, and Z. We don't have that standard. I think there was a rumor, I don't know how true it was. There was a rumor that they even approached Mourinho at one point, and he said, I don't like the running of Arsenal. I don't like the club. I'm not going there. I don't like the setup. You're not set up to win. No. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do think, first of all, it's the board's fault and continues to be the board's fault because they don't have the standards, like Dap said, to be competing. It's just all about, PR and X, Y, and Z. Second of all, it is Wenger's fault because you also did a disservice to the fans. You also covered it up and came out with these excuses about we don't have money to compete when in all essence qualifying for Champions League.
He fucking did.
We always had the money. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a joint thing. But
when people say, on that.
Do you regret getting rid of Wenger? No, he had to go. But the board also have to go. And when people say, who you're going to get? Okay, if you're thinking... I don't see a lot of world-class managers wanting to manage Arsenal because of the way we're running and the standard of the board. But I do believe if we got our crap together, we could get a world-class manager.
Bro, I agree. Look, I agree 100% with you. Bro, and you're right to be saying that. And you are right to be saying Wenger should have outed the board. And you are right for saying if Wenger wasn't finishing in a position, all of that is right. But ultimately, what I'm saying is, so you get rid of Wenger because Wenger... Firstly, he should have outed the board. And that's where I rated Tuchel when he outed the new owners by saying, listen, if the fans want to protest about him for being racist, it is what it is. I like that because he's being for the fans, But the whole thing is, until that, maybe your board will change eventually because they've shown more sign of changing than them man's board. But you're never going to get to that level until your board actually goes, do you know what? Yeah, fuck this. We want a Ten Hag. Like, I think your next manager should be Van Bronckhorst, by the way. Cass, I'll let you talk because you need to go. Bro, listen.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I rate it, but I feel like there's a better managers out there. You know what? I'm just gonna say it's a Sporting Lisbon manager. I feel like he's a hot take. I think Benfica's manager, another hot take. I think there's a few decent Portuguese managers up and coming that could definitely do something. Like the way we went for Ten Hag. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Different league, probably definitely a worse league than the Portuguese league, but the same identity. They got actually quite a caliber player where they can go into Portugal. Like, all right, I want that Sporting. He plays attacking football. He's won the league in the Portuguese league with Sporting Lisbon when they ain't won a league in time. So Bruno Fernandes, their best player at that time, and then won the league. So he knows when to get rid of a player. But that's just an idea. Like a kind of. If I
told you about Van Bronckhorst, before Pep signed his first extension at City, Van Bronckhorst got given complete access to everything at Manchester City, like to be there, see how everything's run. Because City have been scouting him and were like, this is the guy for our next project. This is our next several year, ultimately like you lot with Ten Hag. But then because Pep extended, it was like, okay, nah. And then he went off and did his thing. But now when he's gone to Rangers, so he went off, did his thing. Now he's at Rangers and he's starting to change the way Rangers play football. I know they didn't win the league last season, but it was his first season there. He's starting to change the way they play football. And Van Bronckhorst, like, if Arsenal call for Van Bronckhorst, he will come. Right? We know if you manage Celtic or Rangers and someone in the Premier League calls you, we've seen with Gerrard, you will come. If you're Van Bronckhorst with a history at the club, he's coming very, very quickly. Pause. So I think Arsenal should be keeping tabs on him because let's be clear.
Another season, I think.
Arsenal's board. Oh, give him. I'd say give any manager a season. Mid-season changes.
I won't do Gerrard. Yeah, I don't get that. The whole Gerrard thing should have waited. But
the board needs to be watching. The board needs to fucking be watching Arteta 100%. I'm not here to say
there are some gems out there. No, for me, Arteta's for me. If I was an Arsenal fan, the way I look at it, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be looking at it. Arteta's got till Christmas to prove that he's doing something, because otherwise I'd quickly cut and then make
in January
for the new manager. No, December. Sorry.
Should sack him. Should sack him before the transfer window.
Or you do a City to Pellegrini and you keep him there, but behind the scenes you're basically lining up.
Maybe I got a goal though, so
good luck.
That's a good luck, you know.
Make sure you got that Norwich coming on, man. Flag that Norwich flag high.
Yeah. Obviously, come on. But anyways, long story short, appreciate coming on. Obviously, if anyone said anything in the comments, I kind of disabled them, so I don't have to really see it unless I go on the YouTube itself. But other than that, I enjoyed the conversation that Daps took over. So
it's what I do, bro. It's what I do.
He does best, man. So yeah, man. Nah, man, it's all love. But what's it called? I appreciate it.
I love for jumping on, man.
Yeah, man. I forever stay shit. Arsenal shit, and you always will be shit. All right, in a bit.
Listen, it is what it is. People, listen, there's 74 people locked in right now. Puta que pariu. Don't make me have to get out the wooden spoon, yeah? Like and subscribe. Go and like and subscribe also to NeverAFoul channel, my brothers. Go and support it now. Don't make me have to get the wooden spoon out again. Do you get me? You know what I'm saying? It's hot boiling in this room and we're giving you content.
I'm off to Portugal in 3 weeks as well, you know.
Daps, you got a cut?
No. I said I'm off to Portugal in 3 weeks as well. Can't wait.
Nah, it is what it is. Listen, we're gonna get into some players being linked to Arsenal. Obviously, we did touch on it. So
do you think you'll be getting Zinchenko as a left back?
I want him as a left back.
I get it. I hear it. I think, and here's the things I can speak on Zinchenko real quick, yeah, because I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of him. Firstly, he's like Jesus. He's the type of player that is he's down for the cause. Like, look, the guy ultimately, yeah, has been through a fucking war, bro. Like, I know, like, I don't know if you've seen the interview with him. No. Like he did, bro. When the war first kicked off, it was hard to watch as a City fan because you like talking about how hard it was to like know that all of his family and friends are having to do that, and he was like to his wife, "I need to go," and she was like, "You can't. You can do it here by like you've got an Instagram account with this and that." And but through the whole thing, he's carried on playing. I think earlier on I spoke about Neymar and when City have played PSG in a couple of rounds of the Champions League. I think semis and quarters. I think we've played him in possibly semi and groups. Zinchenko against PSG. I think that's probably his ceiling. One of our best players, right? But even this season, every season he gets linked away, and every season he says, "Now I want to stay and fight." He wasn't left back. Pep's turned him into a left back, and it's because football is about transition nowadays, yeah. And to have a player that can play the left back role, but also move into midfield and it be seamless, right? That is what he can do. He is a central midfielder. I don't know if you watched it. Have you ever watched him for Ukraine?
No, that's what I'm saying. So I only have an opinion of him playing as a left back.
So against Scotland, I know it's only Scotland, yeah, but my man ran that whole game. He's often their captain. He's only 25, I think, maybe 24 or 25. He's often their captain. Yeah, he's a leader. Yeah, at quite a young age. It sounds mad, but when he moves into the midfield role, there's elements of his game that do remind me of David Silva. Now, let me be clear on this. I'm not talking David Silva chest volley through to Zeko assist, like chips over the top. I'm not meaning that. I'm meaning the David Silva. And this is also when the first time I saw Foden, this is what I loved about Foden. Zinchenko, Silva, Foden. And they all got it off Silva. Will float round the pitch. Anyone has the ball, making triangles. Anyone that's in a triangle and there's not someone there part of that triangle, he will make it. If you've got two men on you, he will come and he'll give you an outlet. You'll give him the ball. The two men will move off you. He'll give it back to you. And then he'll move on to the next triangle. The guy non-stop wants the ball and will give you outlets and will do the very, very simple Pep Guardiola things. Yeah, that's
like
what
a
he can
deep
do.
line playmaker, or as a Cam, as a number 10.
Like Cancelo, but without the Cancelo passes. And let me be clear, he hasn't got that Cancelo out of the foot pass. He hasn't got the shots like actually, he has got a shot, to be fair. He's got a fucking stinger of a shot. He can lick a ball. He can rap as well, but that's a different story. I'll send you that later. But he does that. Now, there's key games. Last season, people will talk about probably the Dortmund and the PSG games for City, where like they were his best games, and passion merchant, like just so fucking involved, doesn't want to lose. That's probably why he works at City, does not want to lose. This season, back end of the season, firstly, the Real Madrid away game. Now, I know we ended up losing that, but it was 0-0. The pressure was on us. Pep made 2 changes. He brought on Gundogan and he brought on Zinchenko. They instantly changed the game. Instantly, and we ended up scoring. Did we score? Or am I wrong on that? Maybe we did. Did we score again? What was the second leg against Real Madrid? We did score. Then they went and scored.
I can't even remember.
Anyway, I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did score because we did. But then they went and scored more. What they did was the simple shit. Him and Gundogan came on, and it was almost like Pep had said, "We're kind of losing our heads here. Just go on there and do what I teach you every single day. Back to basics, right? Which is ultimately, if you deep Pep, that's what he does. The basics, yeah. That's what Zinchenko and Gundogan did. The game where De Bruyne scored 4, Wolves away. I was at that game, yeah. If De Bruyne didn't score 4 or 5 goals, whichever it was, Zinchenko was the best player on the pitch again, right? Final day of the season. Guess who came on? Zinchenko. Guess who assisted Rodri for the goal? Zinchenko. Guess who was stretching the game down the left-hand side? Zinchenko. When it's big games, my man turns up. Like, he turns up. He's won 4 Premier Leagues, bro. So I said the same about Jesus. I was on Igal's channel, and there was this one Arsenal fan in there. It was kind of quiet. I left the stream. Then he started talking down Jesus. And I was like to Igal, I've been saying, you, man, you've got Jesus with blessings. Look after him. The minute I left the stream, this man was saying, oh, Jesus isn't all that. Putting Nketiah in that City team is scoring more than Jesus. And I was like, I've literally commented saying, do you know what? Fuck everything I said. I don't want my man joining your club if this is how you're going to treat him. If not goals, what are you getting with Jesus? A winning mentality, 4 Premier Leagues, yeah, and knows how to play a system. What are you getting with Zinchenko? Exactly the same, right? You're getting a man that can do that. Man City reject, no, bro.
I actually disagree. I actually agree. I agree with that. I agree with you, bro, on this one.
No.
I will take him, bro. Like I said, I mean, you've seen more of him, obviously. You know more of him. And I trust what you're saying about him. Maybe he's had enough of being kind of second fiddle over there at Man City. Kind of the same problem as Gabriel Jesus. Every time I've seen this guy, I like him. I think he's a very good player. Oh. And sometimes there's no shame in being rotation to a team of the level of Man City.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? There's different levels. If you're rotation to a top team, you have to also look at the levels that they've got. And when they come on, do they perform? It's not even like he's coming on for 5 minutes. I've seen him play 90 minutes.
Listen. In the seasons that City have been have been good. There's been players that have been rotation players, yeah, that come on for 5 minutes. Rodwell, Sinclair, Fernando, Mangala. Guess what? They get fucking shifted quickly. Zinchenko has won 4 Premier Leagues. He stayed at our club for 4 years under Pep Guardiola. That's not a City reject, yeah? That is not. And like Jesus, if Jesus would have stayed, Pep would have been happy. If Zinchenko stays, Pep will be happy. And I guarantee you by the end of the season, he's getting game time. I challenge anyone to come on here and tell me City's first 11. You'll probably name me at best 5 players. At best, yeah? Bernardo Silva is not a fucking regular for City, right? But guess what? When you're at a club that's competing, was Sterling a regular last season?
Nah, he wasn't a regular.
Right.
He was
Do you know how many games? Do you know how many games he played?
No, how many games did he play?
47. 47. Because when you're competing on every single front, you need a squad, and your players understand that to be part of a squad that wins fucking trophies, yeah, sometimes you hold bench. And I hope to God, because if we want to win this league again this season, someone will have pulled Haaland and said, you know what, bro? When we play Liverpool away, you might have to hold bench because we need to dominate that midfield. So to play against that system and be part of a squad that's trying to challenge in all 4 trophies, there's going to be some games where we're going to go, you know what? We need to play the false 9 again. So Haaland's hold bench, because if he's not cool with that, then are you about yourself or are you about the club? Because if you're saying you're not willing to hold bench against the big teams, to me, you're telling me you're about yourself. You're not about the club. And Zinchenko is about the club, fully about the club. Like and furthermore, you're going to get him for a snip. If we buy a fullback, 50 million minimum.
How much you lot want him for?
Well, I heard in June 30 million. I thought that was a piss take.
30 mil. That's a bargain.
Well, that's a piss take. For when we have to pay 50 mil for any fullback that can only play fullback, if you manage to get a fullback, it's relevant. It's how much the club want to sell him and how much you want him. But I think you'd probably. This market's mad. I don't even want to say the market's fucking weird as shit. I think for me, because especially the way we seem to be selling everyone, I think 40 million and you'd probably get him. But don't. Oh, the other thing is he's very good in the air, surprisingly as well.
Listen, I think we can both agree that listen, Zinchenko to Arsenal would be a good transfer. Hopefully, you can get it over the line and not differ whether we're going to go for him like we did with Basuma, like we did with Rafinha, and lose.
Were you ever in for Basuma?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was more the fans. I don't think this club was actually in for him, which is ridiculous because when we got an injury to Tierney at left back and Thomas Partey with the CDM, that's when our season.
Yeah, the Partey one's mad. Yeah, 100, bro, 1,000,000%. And listen, it is what it is. I was convinced you lot were going to do it. Yeah, I think with Zinchenko, you're just going to get a player that he gets. You can't look. Chelsea have bought Sterling, and are kind of apparently linked with Ake. There will be an element of it that you're getting 2 players that have experienced winning the Premier League. Like it can't be downplayed that. And can I ask you a question? Because I find this with certain fan bases, and maybe Arsenal's one. If I would say James Milner, and I fucking hate the guy now, but if I would say James Milner, what do you think of him?
I think he's a great player.
Right, good. Because back in the day, and I'm only going back probably about 8 years, James Milner would be seen as a utility player. And also, being called a utility player is kind of like, you know, you'll play wherever the manager puts you because you're not that good in any one position. That's how it was seen. You could say a few. Zinchenko, when he joined us, was that. Company, you could actually argue, was that when we bought him because he was a kind of DM stroke. Since Pep and Klopp have arrived, that role is no longer a utility player. It's a player that can move with transition, knows how to play. And the prime example of that for me, and that is why when people ask me who the most generational player is at the moment, and what I understand of generational means you're doing something that no one else in your generation can do, then I've actually said before, then it's not Foden. However good Foden is, you've just said someone that can do stuff that no one else his age can do. For me, it's Saka, because he can play left back and then switch to playing right wing, right? So left, right, completely different positions, he can ultimately move with transition at that age. That's what it's about now. And I sometimes think with Arsenal, you need some basic ass players. You need some Gareth Barrys. You need some James Milners.
Edu was a utility player and we won the league with him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to being a bench guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a squad, first of all. And you also need a bench, like you just said. Sometimes a James Milner can give you something that your other midfielders can't. And to nullify the opposition, you need to bring him in. So listen, I think you're completely bang on. I think it's more younger fans that don't really understand football, that don't understand that sometimes even Man City or Liverpool.
Our fan base can be dickheads. Some of the younger lot can be absolute, like the prime example with my club is the Edison one. Like, bro, I've had to block, me and Steve both had to block so many people on Instagram, yeah? Like when we played West Ham and we went 1-0 down in the first half, I was getting bumped because I've got this little fan base of City that are obsessed with the Champions League. They don't really understand our club and they think Champions League is everything, yeah? Which, as an Arsenal fan, that you also haven't won the Champions League, to you, I think you lot probably get let's cement ourselves and really like now. To be fair, we need to be pushing on in the Champions League, but it's hard to win your first Champions League, innit? It's very fucking hard. People downplay it too much, and as a City fan base that never, I mean, until I was of a certain age, I'd never could imagine winning any trophy. Carabao, Tottenham was successful almost compared to Man, yeah. So I'm like, as long as we got bragging rights over everyone else in this league, I'm good. But this younger City fan base are fucking obsessed with the Champions League, probably because they want to talk on Twitter Spaces and say certain stuff. And like, Ederson will let in a goal, and I'll be 100. Ederson, shot stopper, he's not the greatest. He's not the greatest. He's not as bad as people make out. His percentages might look worse, but listen, when you only have a few shots against you in a game and one of them goes in, that means your percentages look low. If you're Burnley and you're getting peppered all game and only 2 go in, your percentage will look better than Ederson's. But here's the thing. Pep, in the ideal world, would play with 11 midfielders. So if we can have a goalkeeper that can allow players to play in their positions and never, ever have to worry about the keeper being under pressure, never, my man will take people on. Like, no one's having to, oh, shit, my guy's under pressure. Let me drop 10 yards deeper. Nah, Ederson will just dummy them and find space to play the pass. So I'm all about Ederson for this City team. I honestly believe until Pep goes, Ederson will stay our goalkeeper. Probably whatever age, because he's that good with his feet. But these younger lot are obsessed with Ederson not being good enough. And it's like, you go and get another keeper and put him in, yeah, and watch what fucking happens. Like, watch what happens. The minute someone presses him, we're fucked. We are fucked. But our fan bases all fan bases are weird. All fan bases are weird.
You have it within all fan bases. Listen, it is what it is, man. At least I hope, for you guys' sake, they keep the high standards, because as you've seen with Arsenal, Man United, it can quickly turn the other way and you're infested with people that love mediocrity. Marshall.
That is it. Yeah, go on. Do the
Now, Marshall, listen, thanks to the super chat. Big up Northside. You're almost at 2K subs. Thank you. I'm loving Portugal, by the way. Just been touching grass and smelling flowers. If you catch my drift, good times.
Oh, listen. I was going to say the grass in Portugal's too hard.
Is it? Listen, I don't do all of that, so I don't know.
No. I don't. I mean actual grass.
Oh, the actual. Okay.
Bro, it's like thick and like, it's not like English grass. It's not like, I'm meaning the actual grass, bro, not that grass. It's legal over there, isn't it? That grass is legal over there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know, bro. Like I said, I don't get it, so I don't know, innit? I can't lie to you.
It's all about, listen, it's all about the fish in Portugal.
I'm cigarettes and that's it, man. Literally, that's it. People are like, oh, what are you smoking? Just cigarettes, man. Just Benson Blue Hedges. That's it.
What the thing you're doing, one of them ones. No, so where are you thinking this season then? Honestly, not drop everything and just me asking you a question, not your fears, because I have fears every summer about my club. But honestly, right now, what are your hopes for next season?
Well, it's hard to answer that question without knowing who we're getting in.
Yeah, true.
And obviously, we've got this Milinkovic-Savic, who is another player that I want, along with Zinchenko. I actually want this guy, and I think these kind of players will make me look at my season a little bit different. But I do ultimately believe that we've got the weakest manager of the top 6, and I don't see him getting 5th place again. But he's a midfielder from Lazio. He's a midfielder from Lazio. I think he plays like a box to box. He's a good player. Obviously, he was linked to Man United a lot. It kind of depends who we get in, but ultimately, I don't see us finishing any higher than 5th. I don't even think we're going to get 5th, bro, because a lot of things went our way last season, and I don't see it happening this season. Tottenham are strengthening. Man United look like they are back in Ten Hag and what he's got going on. You guys obviously goes without say. Liverpool goes without say. You guys are clear for the 2nd and 1st. Chelsea, look at the business they're doing. Sterling, world class. Then they're going to get.
Yeah, I think Sterling back. I think Sterling. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Koulibaly, world class.
The only thing with Chelsea is if they get as many players I'm seeing linked, there could be a kind of bedding in session. But even then, I'm not going to lie, the quality of the players they're getting are like Koulibaly. I'll be honest, I always feel that any centre-back coming from abroad to the Premier League is a bit of a risk. And that's probably because of City and our experiences of that. But when you've got Silva as your like linchpin at the back, and then you've got Koulibaly, who's experienced. You kind of think these two, it's not going to take long for them two to be on the same page. It's not,
man.
And especially with Chilwell and Reece James left and right.
Listen, Daps, bro. Like I have to mention rivals because we're all in the same competition, and I think that's why I mention rivals a lot, because I have to look at what they're doing to then honestly assess where we are. We're playing catch up to everyone, barring
you are
Man United.
You are.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the business that they're doing, for me, is levels above the business that we're doing. And the way that Tottenham, I mean, for me, the top four, for me, in no specific order, for me, Arsenal not in it, easily, comfortably not in it.
No, I think at the moment we can't be
Liverpool, now. Chelsea and Tottenham. I think Man United still needs some time. They're not going to get all the players that Ten Hag actually needs, in my opinion, and getting him playing the style. I think Conte, he's already got them playing the style. He's already, got the players in position.
And it's Conte in it. I realised now. I've downplayed it last year, but I get the Conte.
I loved him, man. I wish we got him. I wish we got him, but
it just don't make sense to me. Conte to Arsenal never really. It just didn't.
Right, let's bring back George Graham era. I mean, under the George Graham,
you know what? That is a fucking good. You know what, bro? You're far too young for that, but I salute you for that, because that is actually fucking a very good point. That I'm looking at Wenger era. Yeah, if you go back to 1-0 to the Arsenal, that was George Graham era, and that is Conte down to
and his most successful time, he took over a backline that George Graham put together. He took over a lot of the squad that George Graham put together, because once that backline finished, Wenger was never able to rebuild the defense.
Yeah, that defense was elite, man. That
Per
defense was
Mertesacker,
unbelievable. Well, you know what? That's the maddest thing, that I can actually probably just about name that Arsenal team. That was good, man. And that George Graham kind of put the stepping stones to what Wenger did.
100%.
Really and truly, George Graham was an elite manager, man.
Elite, and David Dean was elite at getting the right talent in. Do you know what I'm
David
saying?
David Dean, two of the things that are not spoke about enough in football, and this is as a City fan talking other clubs, are David Dean, for you, man. Everyone will always talk Wenger. They'll never talk David Dean. Everyone will always talk Alex Ferguson. They won't talk David Gill.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not a coincidence David Gill left when Fergie left. Right, it's not a fucking coincidence. And I'll be honest, if someone said to me, if someone said to me, what is City's biggest asset? Well, of course it's going to be Sheikh Mansour, because without him nothing happens. However, Everton have got rich owners. The biggest thing for Manchester City Football Club, by a country mile outside of the owner's money, is Khaldoon. Because everything that happens, Khaldoon's our chairman, by the way, everything below him, of course, he's then got the Barcelona board, he's then got the manager, he's then got the players. None of that happens. Like Sheikh Mansour knows nothing about football. He just knows, it's a bit like the Saudi investment fund. They just know how to invest money, right? They need to get people to run their business. Khaldoon runs our whole business. He's also on Ferrari's board, New York University's board. The guy's an absolute unbelievable man that also understands football. Without him, none of this happens. The Barcelona board doesn't happen. Pep doesn't happen. All the signings don't happen. And guess what? Do you know what he does every May? He does an hour-long interview addressing the fans and telling the fans his best parts of the season, what we can expect from pre-season, what our next goals are, what our objectives are, his conversations with Pep. He lays it all out there. Super League, and that's the one thing I can say our board in this time have done wrong. Super League, he came out in his end of season. I said, I have to address it. We got it wrong. We were the first club to pull out. I'm sorry. We got it wrong. We got backed into a corner and we acted incorrectly. It will never happen again. And ultimately, that's just you lot. It's the fucking person, the chief person that is running your club is fucking it up, man. He's fucking it up. David, like you said, David Dean. He never did this. You were elite under him. And it was, have you ever seen the, was it Henri who spoke on it? About the season after Invincibles and how, because it was season after Invincibles that the stadium move happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
And Fabregas came in. And Henri said, love Fabregas, but I feel like Wenger became obsessed with this Spanish way of football, and everything was being built around Fabregas. He said the stadium was also relevant, but it became everything is Fabregas, everything's Fabregas. And he was like, and then you look at the steel of the side, the steel of the Arsenal side. And if you go back to George Graham, it was the steel at the back. I can even talk on City. City's first title win, let's be real. Vinny, De Jong, Lescott, Kolarov, it was still like, if you get Italian managers, Conte, if you get that back four and your DM consistent and solid, you're starting to build something. And if you were to look at Arsenal, I mean, you can tell me Saka, you can tell me Odegaard, you can tell me Martinelli, you can tell me a lot of good players, creative players going forward. But you need experienced steel at the back to lay the foundations.
About at the back, bro. Look at this. Austin Trusty nearing Birmingham City loan after arriving at Arsenal. So we got him in the last transfer window when he's just joined, and he's going straight back out. Apparently, he needs to go back out on loan. So clearly, he can't be that great. He can't be that great. Trusty the process. Trusty the process, people. Yeah. Trusty the Why do I complain? This guy clearly ain't good enough. Looks like we only bought him because he plays in the MLS. We're out doing preseason in the MLS. Let's get some more shirts in. Play ball. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like, bro. Because how is this guy not better than Rob Holding, bro? Rob Holding's been
bad, man. Bad. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, bad. Always been bad.
And this is why people say, no, we need rotation. The rotation we're buying under this manager is shit. I've said it before. Davaj ain't better than Kolasinac, and Kolasinac ain't good enough.
Did Arteta buy
Lokonga ain't better than Guendouzi.
It's a dance, bro. At best. Lokonga's a dance.
But what's going on, bro? Ben White held bench over Holding, bro. He got
Who bought Holding? No, who bought Holding?
Wenger, and he said, sorry, didn't cost 50 million. I think he bought him £1 million from Bolton. It was
he bought that long ago.
Yeah, he's been here for time, receiving payments, bro.
God damn. Nah, I'm not rating Rob Holding for shit. When I see him, I think he played against us recently. When I see Rob Holding, I'm thinking, nah, that's calm. That's calm. What's your view on Saka?
Davaj is going out on loan, deemed not good enough. Lokonga looks like he may be going out on loan, not good enough. And now this Trusty guy. So why are you buying 3 players that now not deemed good enough? They're going out on loan. And people talk about rotation. This manager doesn't even rate them for rotation. Xhaka played left back towards the end of the season over Davaj. We only bought Davaj months ago. Like, it's a joke. And people say things have changed at Arsenal. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. And
are you ever happy?
And all this crap. Come on, bro. Look at your team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at how you had David Silva, then you had Foden coming up. You had Company, but then you had people like flipping. What centre back did you have? Who's that guy? Oh, I can't forget.
Lescott, Otamendi, Demichelis.
He's just an English centre back.
Stones.
Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, in every position, you had experience, proper experience, and then you had somebody coming up. We're just getting a bunch of kids, bro. I'm sick and tired of this bucaria, bro. Get this clown out. And on that bombshell, listen, like and subscribe. Why do I need to get the wooden spoon out like I'm back in Angola? Listen, people, like and subscribe, man.
Where was that spoon come from, bro?
Huh? This is my childhood. You know what I'm saying? I need to give these lot a flavor of how it was growing up. You know what I'm saying? When people said I'm angry, I got a lot of licks. You know what I'm saying? And you lot are gonna get a lick. Lick the flipping like, subscribe, and also make sure you go and support Dap's channel, NeverAFoul, where they always have content on all channels. You guys kind of cover all channels, innit?
Yeah, we try to. We're trying to do it a bit different now, where we cover them without doing particular channels on them. You know what, bro? Do you know what? The thing is, yeah, that I feel for Arsenal fans on slightly, yeah, is and it's mad how it swung round. When we won the league for the first time, yeah, I always said to my friends, I celebrated winning that league more than you, man, ever celebrated anything your club won, right? And that was because we never thought we were gonna I never thought I was going to see my club win anything. Whereas as an Arsenal fan, you've witnessed your club winning things, so it is a bit different, yeah. And at the time, I was like, yeah, we celebrated more because it means more to us because you're used to it. Now it's the other way round in that if City were to drop off again, I'd be pissed off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not acting like it, but if we have to go into transition and we are finishing 6th for a couple of years, City's fan base, not the younger lot, but of my age, we're not going to be bothered because we've experienced it before. The way you're talking about how bad your club is, bro, 3rd tier of English football, yeah? So I do get how it must be frustrating because I'll never know that. Maybe younger City fans will know that, but because I grew up with my club being so shit that if we drop off, it is what it is. I've been there before. But with Arsenal fans, I feel like you never experienced this. So this to you is like, how are we letting Tottenham finish above us for this long? This can't fucking run. This can't run. Man United, to be fair, they dropped off. Liverpool, same. I mean, Liverpool used to under what's his name? That was the competition, wasn't it? Liverpool under George Graham.
Oh, Graham.
George Graham. Yeah. It's just, it's very quick to turn around for your club. You have to remember that. It's very quick to turn around because when we took over, we were a lot smaller club, right? We had to do a lot. Here's the thing. If your owners decide to sell you, which one day they will, I truly believe one day they will, although it's not a good sign that the owner's son is involved now, because that kind of means legacy-wise, if the old man pops off, then the younger's going to carry the thing on. But sooner or later, they'll sell. Whoever buys it, Arsenal will still be a very expensive asset. So whoever buys you will have money. Your fortune could change like that. Our fortune changed over years. Your fortune could change. It's mad that you're having to look at it like that. But under these owners, I don't think there's anything else you can do, bro. These owners are not going to change. They're not. They're making too much money. And even when people say, sometimes when I speak on Instagram to fans of United and Arsenal from abroad, they say stuff like, we can't do anything about this. We're abroad. The fans in England have to do everything about it by not going to games. Do you know what? I'm going to be 100. I do not expect one Man United or one Arsenal fan to refuse to go to games. Why? Because you support your club. You shouldn't have to go, well, I'm not going to support them anymore for them to change. And for fans abroad to think they should do that, I'm telling you now, if you lived in England, you continue to go to games. Otherwise, you'd probably be called a plastic, to be frank with you. So it's a difficult one. Like, do you buy kits?
No.
You don't?
I can't support. I don't feel like I believe in this, so I can't support it. That's my take.
I agree with the kits. What about going to games?
No, I don't want to put any money in the club.
For real?
No.
See, that's the hard one. I'm not going to lie. The going to games one.
And the thing is, anyone that wants to go, go. But this is my opinion here. If you don't like what's going on with your club, don't go. Because at the end of the day, if everyone had that mentality, they will have to change because they're money men. Me and you both know that Arsenal fans are money men.
I agree with you. They are.
So if you really don't believe in it, the quicker you don't put money into it, and they will see it. You know, like Man United, when the fans got together and then they stopped paying money into the sponsorships, like Chevrolet and everyone that was sponsored for Man United. Look how quickly they started to get flipping Sancho over the line. They do react when you hit their pocket. Now, are you willing to take that sacrifice? Now, not going to a game doesn't mean that you can't watch a game. There's, like you said, there's fans abroad that have to watch on TV. Watch on TV. Why do you have to go? Right. But at the same time, you can't moan about a problem and then it's like having God forbid, having a partner that's on drugs and saying, oh, well, I have to support you. So I'll keep buying you the drugs, but I want you to change. Why are they going to change?
Yeah, I hear you on that.
At what point do you add tough love?
And here's the thing where I think it's even harder for you lot, right? Compared to Man United. Now, firstly, Man United, admittedly, in the protests and everything, the United lot did pretty fucking well, to be fair. They did fully. But here's a bigger issue that you lot have. And I'll remember this from when West Ham moved to their new stadium, right? And a season ticket at West Ham's new stadium was pretty cheap, yeah? To the point where I was even thinking, like one of my brethren who lives in East was like, should we get season tickets at West Ham because they're that cheap, yeah? And then we might go to like 3-4 games, but we'll sell the rest. And he was like, I was like, you think people go? He goes, bro, it's London. He goes, tourists in London, you can sell football tickets every single, like any game, they'll go, right? In Man United, in Manchester, especially at City, but even at United, if your fan base in Manchester stop going to games, then it's gonna be seen a lot quicker. Because if all Arsenal fans stop going to games, then tourists are gonna grab the tickets. And you've seen it during the period when you were probably at your worst, although you might say you're at your worst now. I lie, your ground was full of tourists. Because if you're not going, that's fine. Tourists will buy your tickets. So guess what? The club's still making money. And that's the issue at Arsenal, that they are still... Chelsea got 2 Champions Leagues, yeah? They're more successful than Arsenal. It's a debate if Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal. I mean, I don't know the answer because I don't know how you measure that, but who's bigger, Chelsea or Arsenal? Not more successful, who's bigger?
I still feel like we got a bigger fan base.
So do I, bro. I'm not going to lie. So do I.
I think we still got a bigger fan base, but I feel like in terms of trophies, is a debate.
Oh, bro,
they're holding 2 Champions Leagues, and I definitely feel like that's an argument. I know we got more Premier Leagues, but
this is the thing. Like, I'll be honest. Like,
they literally won everything in football. They've won Europa. They won Champions League.
We can't talk to them. Neither of us can talk to them. We've got 2 Champions Leagues, right? So, and as a City fan, when people say City were a small club, I mean, you have to have context to it. If you're a United fan, an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan, yeah, you can call us a small club. Chelsea, but are we a successful club now? Yeah, we're a fucking successful club. But I can understand we're smaller. And deep down, I think however much Chelsea can claim more successful, and by the way, I would much rather be successful than big, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal are a bigger club than Chelsea, in my opinion, right? So if you're the biggest club in London and your fan base don't go, but London is the capital of, I mean, it's probably one of the capitals of tourism in the whole of Europe, yeah? There's going to be tourists that will go and still put money in your fucking owner's pocket. And that's the issue, that when you true fans don't go, tourists will go and tourists will buy the shirts. And that's the issue Arsenal are facing because you're from London. Like, they're going to keep making money off of you.
Listen, it is what it is. I don't think any grown man can tell another grown man how to spend his money. Like, at the end of the day, you work hard for your money. If that's what you want to do.
I'm not telling you to go, by the way, and I'm not telling you to buy the shirts. I just think it's a hard one.
No.
Especially, I once saw a girl.
What annoys me with Arsenal fans is, like, you know, I'll make a stance that I'm not going to the games. I'm not buying no shirts. I'm not buying anything. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, you're not a real fan.
Oh, fuck off.
You know what I mean? It's like, listen, I'm not saying you're not a real fan because you want to go to the club and see us continue to not even challenge in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, don't complain when we're not winning the league, when we're not winning Champions League. Because at the same time, your actions don't suit your words. You can't complain about the club and then you want to support everything that they do financially when you know this club all they cares about financials.
Sorry, keep that comment up. That comment, shout out John, thank you for watching the channel. Please smash a like and also subscribe if you haven't already. Now, that comment is very true, John. Very, very true. However, from my side, from my point of things, and being a City fan that supported them my whole life for over 35 years, I get it, right? But listen, do you know how hard it would be for anyone to break the Man United? I'm gonna take Arsenal and Liverpool out of it for a second, and let's just put Man United in there. When the Premier League arrived, if there was not investments, you say it's hard for any non-oil club to win the league. Do you know how hard it would be for any club to win the league without investment? If Man United, like, so basically, Premier League starts, Man United are winning the Premier League every season. They're then in Europe. They're then getting the European money. And if clubs were not allowed investment, no one would ever break that top 1, 2, 3. So I hear you, and it is what it is. But from my point of view, would my club ever know success once the Premier League and the money from the Premier League hit without investments? No. So let's move it to the real world, the business world. Burger King, McDonald's, Subway. I've got a cafe on the corner, right? It can't fucking compete. They're getting food for cheaper. They're getting drinks for cheaper. They're a known brand. They've got advertising. I can't compete. So someone comes in and takes over my cafe, and the first thing they do is invest in advertising, buying in bulk, and doing all the stuff they have to do to allow us to compete with them. Listen, if I get as an Arsenal club, maybe we have helped your downfall, and I'm sorry for that. But listen, if my owners leave tomorrow and I have to go back to the third tier of English football, and I have to never win a trophy again, but I can live to remember 2 months ago nearly having a heart attack for 7 minutes when we won that trophy. Yeah, if I can remember winning my first ever trophy, my second ever trophy, watching it with my dad before he passed away, yeah, and both of us being in tears, but we have to go to the third tier of football, and then the money gets invested into Rochdale, and Rochdale fans get to experience every single fucking thing that I've experienced. That is football, bro. That is football. So
it's always been about money. You're completely right. That's why Real Madrid have dominated over there in Spain. That's why Benfica have dominated in
Barcelona
Portugal.
right now. Barcelona are running the whole fucking transfer window. And do they have money? No. Right. So
it's always been a money thing in football. It's always been like that.
And as for the grassroots thing, guess what? We've actually got money, right? Our oil owners, yeah, they invest real raw cash. So when we buy a player, the club we buy them off have real raw cash. So they buy them off a slightly lesser team, and the money filters down to grassroots football. The American owners don't do that. That's paid over 5 years, or if it's Barcelona, it's paid over.
But Liverpool are doing it. Liverpool spend less than Arsenal. None
of that money ends up filtering
£1 in player sales. Just in player sales.
Guess what?
We spend more than them, and they're competing with you. I know you're dominating. Listen, Man City have been the ones dominated, yeah? But they still, while Pep has been in charge, still won a Premier League, still won a Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? So if your club is run properly, and you're not coming from, let's be real, Liverpool, if Liverpool had the oil money that you have now, and you were in the position of them where they were before the oil money, that was too much of a big gap.
Yeah.
But because they were already established big team, they run the club properly. They already have that whole where Liverpool back in the 80s dominating English football.
Yeah, they're a huge club.
Able to bring players, in, train them, good scouting, and they're competing. So when Arsenal fans said, "Oh, you can't win it with oil money," how the hell are Liverpool going neck to neck with you guys every season, and they spend less than Arsenal? It's not just about money, clearly, because it'd be impossible by that logic for them to be able to compete with you.
Yeah.
But listen,
but the thing is, on the money thing, we make sure that, because if you imagine, right, Liverpool's a bad Man United. Man United can afford to, fuck it, I'll say Barcelona, but Man United is true, but I definitely know Barcelona do this. Barcelona can pay players, can buy players based on, we'll pay you over X number of years. Look, they still owe De Jong how much? They still owe City money from not even from Torres, not even from Garcia. They owe City money from Ibrahim Diaz, right? Because it's IOUs, right? Which, as a Barcelona, you can get an IOU if you've got a bit of credit behind you. If your mummy and daddy live in some big yards, yeah, you can go and get a credit card with a 5k limit, right? So Barca can do that, but guess what? Barca buy off a club that buy off a club that buy off a club. They ain't got no rich mummy and daddy. So when they go and say, "Listen, can we have this player? Because we ain't got no money yet, because Barca haven't played them, who haven't paid them, who haven't paid us. So we ain't got no money, but it's coming soon." The club's going to turn around the player that you want to buy at grassroots level and go, no, because we need money to pay our bills. So we can't have no IOU. Whereas with City, we're putting raw money in. Now, listen, I get why other fan bases won't like it, but this is football. Man United got the jump because they were invested many moons ago by some rich farmers. Yeah, many moons ago. Back then, farmers were the richest people. They invested in Man United. If you go back, Rio Ferdinand was how much? When people were generally spending how much? But it was fine because it was a legacy team. Man United it was fine because Man United were doing it. Man United were doing it because they were winning the Premier League every season. They were in the Champions League, getting the Champions League money, and ultimately no one else could compete with that. If you were not one of the top clubs, you could not compete with that. You need investment. So, and it does make the game more competitive. Arsenal will bounce back. Let me be clear. They will. They're too big. Same with United. United will bounce back. I've never thought they won't. The longer it goes on, the more I'm praying for it to be a permanent downfall. But they will bounce back.
I don't know. I do agree with you that eventually we'll get some new owners. Just to wrap up,
new owners has to. Yeah,
I think when the Super League comes in, to be real with you, I think that's when these owners, they want the increase. All the clubs are going to go up once we get that flipping Super League money. The Super League is definitely happening. They're going to rebrand it, restructure it. Yeah. It's coming, just like the Premier League came and knocked out Division 1. It is what it is. And if anyone's complaining, well, no one's complaining that we went to the Premier League and we got all that TV money. All we wanted, I think, as fans, I think I can speak for fans, is we wanted fairness, that everyone can go in and go out of it on merit. You know what I'm saying?
And stay in the domestic league. There were the two
exactly.
things. You know what I'm saying? So
they kind of got a drift of what we want, and they're gonna, you know what I mean? I think that will be the time where Arsenal will be sold.
Look at you. Have you seen the new Champions League?
Yeah, they check. There's more. Is there more games now? They changed the whole format.
It's mad. And furthermore, basically, you now get a fifth. Well, I don't know about everywhere, but England get a fifth place based on, I think it's based on legacy, which ultimately means if Manchester United, right, continue to stay out the top 5 in a couple of seasons' time, they'll still be in the Champions League, right? So it's a better. So when we were so against, the Super League. I mean, we're not much better with the Champions League. Let's be clear. I always say,
they know the Super League's coming, so they're trying.
Me and Steve always say, like on both trips to the quarters and the semis, I was saying, listen, I just want that one because as a fan base, we never really cared that much about the Champions League because we, like I said, we're just happy to be winning trophies and bragging over Liverpool and Man United, right? And living down south, I can talk to Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans now, but losing in a final to Chelsea and then having them rock up to the Etihad with inflatable fucking balloons like children on a train at 7 a.m, right? Bit mad, but anyway, it's what it is. It's painful, innit? To lose to another English team is like, you know what? We need to go and fucking win this trophy now because, and I've said, honestly, I would be more than happy to win the Champions League once to prove that we can do it and then go, fuck you, UEFA. I don't want to be in your tournament again. We'll go back to winning the league, dominating. We've proven we can do that. And fuck your corrupt shit, like who every season want to take us to court. But guess what? Barcelona are here doing whatever the fuck they are doing and getting away with it, right? And this summer is a prime example. The whole transfer window has been held at ransom by a team with no fucking money. What is that about? How
can you buy a player, hold it because you can't put them on your books, but then say, wait, hold them, we're going to shift things around now, you can come. How does that make any sense?
Listen, I would tell everyone the best content I've watched all summer so far, right, is Matisse is winning at content. Yeah, he is a fucking amazing content creator. There's a few things he's done. Firstly, the funny ones. He's done a Barca and a Bayern one where he pretends to be a Barcelona and a Bayern fan channel, and he's trying to talk up like. So he's trying to talk up. In one, he's trying to talk up Alonso, and the other, he's trying to talk up Werner. And he's like being a Bayern fan, saying, "I can't believe we haven't bought Werner yet. He's unbelievable, right? Because he hates them and he wants them out of his club." So pretending to be fan channels, right? They're good, but then the one that was amazing that I watched and thought, this is proper content. Like, you know, when you can do that membership thing on YouTube. If I was to do that, I'd want content like this. He was with a journalist from Barcelona, and the journalist basically was breaking down how the one thing Barca wanted all summer was Dembele to stay but drop his wages drastically, right? Rafinha is managed by Deco. Deco's his agent. I know Deco's Portuguese, so don't swing for me, right? Deco is on the board at Barcelona. Not on the board, sorry. Deco is on the payroll at Barcelona because I think he does something to do with South Americans at Barcelona. He's very good friends with Laporte. So, basically, Barcelona's whole interest in Rafinha was by showing an interest in Rafinha, it will make Dembele think, shit, they're getting a replacement for me. I hold no power. I need to accept less money. And it's like the whole thing was a breakdown of Barcelona. Like the amount of debt Barcelona in is absolutely insane. And this Barcelona journalist just laid it all out for Matisse. And I was watching it thinking, this is content. This makes me understand the whole transfer window and how Barcelona are controlling everything. And they're going in for players they don't even want, just as a smokescreen to get players to do certain things and get other clubs. Like, because if Rafinha, every time Rafinha is linked with Barca, his wages going up if he went elsewhere. And all this stuff is just Barcelona taking, and how a Barcelona in the mud like they are and the whole of Europe is being controlled by this club. And it's sad because I don't know about you. Before recent years, I had a love for Barcelona. Like, I fell in love with the city, the club, the Catalan, all of that. But the way they've moved over recent years with like, you're fucking up football, and we're getting the blame for it ultimately. But yeah, anyway.
Facts. There you go, man. There you have it. Listen, people, NeverAFoul link, Dap's channel is in the description. Make sure you click like and subscribe over here as well. Don't make me have to lift up the wooden spoon one more time. Like and subscribe.
Are you in the kitchen or is that just there?
No, this is my YouTube room.
Well, I used to have a hammer in here, to be fair.
Nah, but I came prepared. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how my mum used to be like, listen, I warned you, yeah? One more time, caramba, yeah?
Well,
what I'm gonna do to you.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm imagining the mumsy out of Tom and Jerry right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, these lot love it, man. The other day I got the slipper, flipped it up. Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
I'm bringing back my childhood, man. These are childhood memories.
Bro, listen, the speed of your growth is insane, yeah, and I'm sure they'll love you. I see how quick you're growing, but just to let everyone know, the first time I saw Northside, yeah, I joined this Rago stream, Hold Tight Torch, and this little man was like, I need, like, me and Tiago's father afterwards. He went for the dickhead, and they've now parted ways. Surprise! I was like, I need this guy involved in my channel. This guy's energy is fucking just contagious. The best thing is, yeah, is do all your YouTube like followers in that, do they know about your dancing on your Instagram and that? It's
all up there. Yeah,
bro,
the dancing's up there. That would have continued. The dancing would have continued, yeah. But on here, I'll get copyright.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah. You need to start making beats. But honestly, bro, you're one of the. You know what? As well, the fact that, like, obviously me and Steve are good friends, yeah. And when me and Steve were talking recently, and he was saying, basically how, obviously, Steve's cutting back all the work he's doing because of other things going on. Amazing man, by the way.
Yeah, big up Steve, man.
And he was like, but there's certain channels that I will have love for because they're run by good people. And he didn't know me and you know each other. And he was like I'm going on a show with Matisse Northside London because he's just a good guy. Like, and I want him. And I was like, bro, you don't need to tell me about Northside, like, I know Northside very, very well. And the fact that, like, I don't even know you linked up with him, bro, or Matisse, but you get these people coming on is because you are a contagious person, and people buy into people more than they buy into anything else. So, like, salute to you, bro. Real talk. You're
no. Listen. Listen, people. You need to go and subscribe to NeverAFoul. You found me when I had I think I had 30 subscribers, something like that.
Yeah, but you were contagious, bro. Your energy. I remember the stream, and it was like I'd been streaming all night, and then I joined this stream, and I was pretty drained. And ultimately, you lifted me because I was like, okay, some energy on a stream at 11 o'clock at night. This is what I need, right? That is how it is. Like, and everyone that's linked with you is the same, bro. So it's commandments to you, it's commandments to your parents, it's commandments to everything around you that you are this little Portuguese star in a shit football club.
Listen, I must be part of this project because you have to be a Portuguese speaker to get into the club now.
Very true. Well, yeah. Very true. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's copied that from City as well.
No, listen, man. You gave me my big break. You gave me the confidence I needed.
No, you did by earning it, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie to you because I was like, this is a completely different world. You got me on. You're the one that actually got me in connection with Lee Gunner. I would have never known Lee if it wasn't for you.
Lee. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember you got me on the Arsenal Way. It was called. I know there's another channel called the Arsenal Way. Not them.
They've come now. They came after us, by the way.
Yeah.
They're just backed by a big ass channel.
Big up all the guys that were on that channel, but everyone was kind of pro everything the club was doing. I came, I just said my piece, and I felt, well, if they like me, they like me. I'd rather people like me. But still,
bro, they did like Mario is the most pro Arsenal in everything they do. But how much fucking love did he have for you? Even to the point where, remember that show with a certain man, I won't say his name, but where, like, that was the point where, obviously, with Mario being my best friend, I know the type of people that we can relate to, the type of people that we like. And it's someone that, by any means, like Mario, remember, he got kicked off the stream. And you was like, nah, not having this. He wasn't there. You didn't need to act like that. But you were having your boys back. And that's something that we're like, yeah, this guy's like, trust me, bro. And he, like I said, he's pro Arsenal. You're anything but pro Arsenal. but he still can see in you you're a real brother and deserve it. And furthermore, bro, you used to do streams while you were working your day job.
Yeah, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Everything you done, man. Like I appreciate all of it, and it snowballed into what it is now. And that's why whenever you need anything over there,
Yeah, same. Always,
Trafford Tunnel, NeverAFoul, I'm always available. I'll always do anything that I can do because you gave me a chance when I was a complete nobody. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why even on this channel,
no, you earn it, bro. No one does anything for anyone. People earn it.
Nah, come on, man. You know what I mean? Lee Gunner, Big Steve.
Yeah, Lee's a good guy as well.
So many of you, man. Gracie May, Jez with the Arsenal history and more. There's so many, man. Kenny Ken, like so many people are showing love, man. But listen, it literally.
You need to get involved with Deluded, by the way, as well. You need to get involved with Deluded.
Deluded. I messaged him. He told me he's too busy.
Bro, listen.
I'm gonna just leave it there.
No,
yeah.
We'll speak up there.
That's the reply, the receipts. I said he's too busy, and then I see him doing other things with other people, and I said, cool, that's fine. I'm not gonna say nothing more to him.
Deluded's good people, man, but we'll speak off there. It is what it is. Sometimes
if he ever has time,
I'll be 100. Like recently, I've hollered Lee, and obviously we're a lot bigger, and certainly I'm a lot more involved in YouTube at a certain level than I ever used to be. But Lee, keeping it real, Lee's like, I'm not being funny, bro, but he's trying to be a dad, a good dad, and that, like, and he's trying to, do you know what I mean? So it's like he's earned the right to be able to pick what channels he does now because he wants to concentrate on his life. And I get that with people that sometimes whereas we used to be able to holler Lee and be like, Lee, will you come on? But it is what it is. People earn it. And we're still, someone said to me, I need to stop doing certain channels. And I was like, bro, I'm in the trenches. I started in the trenches and I'm not going to leave the trenches because the trenches get us where we are, man.
You're right. The more you start growing, the more people want you on. And the thing is, you try to balance YouTube and life because you need to recharge. You need to. It's not every day. Yeah, hello guys. You know, like I'm a human, just like anyone. Some days I'm like, yo, I don't want to chat to no one. Don't look at my face, innit? Like I swear down. Like I'm gonna.
Well, listen, it's documented for me. Thank you to Coppish for removing one particular certain show. But I tried to do the exact thing we're talking about and just plow through anything going on in my life and just, you know what? And I think I went on 4 days in a row. I was doing like back to back. It was the week we won the league. And one day I was fine. No, I think on the Wednesday I was fine. The other 3 days I cried on streams, bro. No, in fact, 2 days I cried on streams. By the way, my dad had passed away and other things going on in my life. But I cried on 2 streams. And the other one, I lost my shit so badly on a very big channel that I was basically offering people out, saying, no problem, don't think you can speak to me like that. And afterwards, thank God that channel are very good people, took it down and we spoke it out and we're good again. But it's true. People think coming on here, I'll be the first to say mental health, we come on here, it helps it because we're speaking about something we love and it keeps us busy. But at times it can be very draining and people don't realize, especially when you have a day job, you finish and you have your life and then you spend 4 hours with people trying to rattle you for 4 hours. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy.
It's not.
Anyway, listen, I talk for too long. Sorry, people. That's what I do. I'm never going to change.
It is what it is. It's true. It's true. Before I did YouTube, I'm going to end it on this. Before I did YouTube, I used to look and say, I could do that. That's easy. Sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just, it's life. Like, not every day we wake up happy. Sometimes you're like, you know what? Yeah, I got this problem in my life going on in my head. I feel like this. Maybe I haven't really addressed this. And I'm coming online and people don't really know what's going on with you. Do you know what I'm saying? And not for us to put our stuff out there. We're not going to get into that. But sometimes it's hard, but it's a commitment and you try. And I think now I'm kind of, yesterday I put out nothing. There's a reason people put out nothing. I weren't in the right mind space. And I said, you know what?
You should do that. Or you would have happened. What happened to me would have happened to you.
But listen, man, come on, you're my guy.
No, love, bro. Always love, and I love to see the growth, bro. And just keep it up, man.
You guys too, man. You guys too, man.
We're learning. We're now learning off you, bro. We're playing catch up.
Not me, bro. I'm telling you, not me. The last comment, you guys have inspired me to do some content. Haven't been on it as much, but I'll drop a little something from time to time. Listen, it all depends how you want to view it. I'm sure Daps and myself, we want to one day do it full time. Then you can do more content. You can do more things, and you could collab with more people. But like he said, when you've got a day job, which he has and which I have, it's kind of hard doing that then your own personal life, seeing the people that you love, be doing all that, dealing with your own stuff, your own friends, your own, like, you know what I mean, your own social life. It's very hard, but listen, we're not just complaining.
We love it, and we're not complaining, because don't get me wrong, it's got the amount of people that YouTube has got through the hardest times, through COVID, through all of that. And I would just say to anyone, never be nervous, do it. And even if your channel doesn't grow, you'll get enjoyment out of it. So people just do it. And yeah, man, and just subscribe to this guy, keep supporting him. And that's all I need to say.
Listen, on that bombshell, don't be a filo da puta. Go like and subscribe to here. Go like and subscribe to NeverAFoul. Don't be a marica. Yeah? Don't be a viado. And on that bombshell, listen, we're out, cara.